Well, hello everyone, it's Ali, and today, as you can see, I will be showing you all my Warped Tour survival guide. To start off, if you don't know what Warped Tour is, it is basically about a 3-month tour. Rock tour, alternative music, and I believe there's a little bit of like EDM and hip-hop involved as well. It just depends what the lineup is every year, but most of all it is a rock festival, and it usually starts from like 11 in the morning to like 10 at night. It's a one-day event, but it is a lot of bands, about maybe 6 stages, I'm not really sure. But yeah, thank you all for requesting this video. I'm excited to be doing it, and I'm sorry that I couldn't get it up before Warped Tour started. I just felt like it was better to go and then kind of just like refresh in my mind about everything that is necessary. And yeah, let's start off by talking about the things that you will need for Warped Tour. For sure, the first thing that you will need is your tickets, of course. I've heard about people like getting to the venue hours away and like not bringing their tickets, which is terrible, so please remember to bring your tickets. A backpack, of course, they do sell some there, but I just think it's better to bring one from home, preferably a drawstring bag, one of those that like they're just much smaller and much more convenient, because you do not want to be in the crowd with 100 other people and like be bothering the people around you, or you just having to carry that massive thing around. Like, no. So preferably a drawstring backpack, like I said. Sunscreen for sure. The spray kind is much better than like the one that you put on your hands and you have to like rub it on yourself and everything. The spray kind is better. And shades for sure, because you don't want to be blinded by the sun. I remember like the first year I went to Warped Tour, I did bring shades, but I didn't wear them often, and literally my eyeballs were so red. I looked really high and I was not, so that wasn't good. Yeah, and a hat if you want to. I don't know about you guys, but the date Dallas, Texas, the one that I usually go to, it's extremely hot, and you just have to be very careful about not getting sunburn, and make sure to also bring a water bottle. A lot of venues will ask you to take the cap off before entering, which is kind of like weird to me. My venue doesn't do that, but they do request that it's a sealed water bottle and only water. That's all you can bring in, so make sure to bring that. I'm pretty sure you can like refill it inside for free. Yeah. Also, kind of a strange tip, but that I found very helpful, was to actually wear makeup to the festival. I usually, like, if I go to an event or something, I wear foundation, but like the first year I went to Warped Tour, I wasn't wearing much foundation, and I got burned so bad around here. It was red. It wasn't even tan, it was just red in my nose, and I'm pretty sure you can like tell that I'm like a little bit tanner, but it was not as bad as that year, because actually wearing makeup, wearing foundation and concealer is really helpful. Some of it has SPF in it, and it just like covers your face, but of course wear sunscreen underneath that as well, and you should be fine. But yeah, that's what I did, and it worked out for me. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I like getting to concerts pretty early. This year I got there about an hour before doors open, and the line already wrapped around the building, and that was only one line. There were about 3 other lines. I've never done skip the line, just because even though there's a lot of people, the line goes pretty fast, so I'm okay with that. But if you want to do skip the line, I'm pretty sure it's like $5 or like cans of food. You just have to check online to make sure what the rule is for each year. So once you get inside and everything, the first thing that you want to do is look for the big blow up thing that shows you the set times, and buy a schedule. I cannot stress enough how important it is to buy a schedule. I know you can take a picture of like the blow up, but what if your phone dies or something? You're gonna have to keep going back, and it's better to just have it on paper and write down like the bands that are important to you, or like circle them, highlight them, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Another thing that's very important to do if you want to meet a band is to have their notifications on your phone from like Twitter and all of that, because They will let you know when their signing is, so you don't want to miss that. And usually I think it's very important that whenever you walk in, you familiarize yourself with the venue and like where the tents are if you've never been there, because usually the tents have like a whiteboard or like something posted there when the bands will be there for their signing, so you can write it down and be ready for that. And in case you miss a band signing, don't be upset, because usually band members are walking around. This year I actually got to meet Chrissy from Against the Current. I was just walking by some tents and I saw their tent and she was there. She was like the sweetest person ever. We talked about hair, of course, and like makeup and stuff. But that was fun. Like, don't feel upset if you miss their signing, because you might get to see them. Just like keep your eyes open, and yeah, you should be fine. So now when it comes to actually being in the crowd and watching your favorite bands, just try to enjoy the moment. Like, you're there, it's a festival, and the people around you share the same music taste as you. I just think that that's incredible, and try to be respectful and kind to everyone. If you see someone that falls or like a crowd surfer, just try to help them and stuff. No one wants to get stepped on or whatever. And another thing that I find super important is that if you're filming, don't be filming like looking through the screen, because you're there. You should be watching with your own eyes. And whenever I personally film, I just like focus the camera and like look directly at what I'm filming. And if you're worried that you won't like get the right frame or whatever, figure it out, because it's much better to actually be there in the moment instead of watching it through your phone screen, just like you would be at home watching it through a screen. So like, you know. So yeah, I highly recommend you all going to Warped Tour. It is an incredible experience. When you're there, make sure to eat and drink water or Gatorade or whatever, and stay hydrated. Just have fun with your friends and have a good time. So yeah, take care everyone, and I hope you all get to go. If you don't get to go this year, plan for next year. There's always next year. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe, because that would help a lot. And I will see you next time. Be fearless and smile.